Hi there, and thank you for joining me today for another Smart Women Tip. I'm retirement reinvention coach and certified financial planner, Katana Abbott, and today I'm going to be sharing the 5 money personalities and why you want to know yours, how your limiting beliefs were formed, and how they still affect you to this very day. So I remember how difficult it was to talk to my husband about money, really just to talk about things when we were first married because we were so different. And every time I would bring something up that I wanted to talk about that involved money, he seemed to want to shut me down. And so I would act defensively, react defensively, and I'd say something that, I'd kind of regret later. And if I felt like I wasn't being listened to. And so, but the worst part is that my daughters would often witness this. And it really did create a lot of pain in our marriage. So I bet you can relate to that. SunTrust Bank says that money, this is a study they did, is a leading cause of stress in relationships. And even though the divorce rate is falling, nearly 40% of marriages are still dissolved before a couple reaches their 10th anniversary. In addition, they found out that after a divorce, women's income drops 41% on average. And in a man's situation, it drops, and that's actually twice as much as what a man's income drops. So that's pretty scary for women. So I wasn't thinking about divorce at all, okay, but there was a lot of stress. So, and the main thing was it wasn't good for our daughters. So thank God, my dear husband, Mark, and I finally got a handle on this because we just celebrated our 35th anniversary and we couldn't be happier. So, but I want to share financially, we are so happy we stayed together because now we're moving towards retirement. My husband retires in 3 years, and we're going to be able to plan for retirement with our home intact and with equity, and also with 2 retirement plans, 2 social securities, and 2 pension plans. That makes such a huge difference. So how do we get from where we were there to where we are today? It happened from a very specific situation. See, I was teaching a course on money personalities 10 years ago. And I actually ended up taking 100 women through this process personally, to identify their money personality, to identify their disempowering beliefs, and actually to do a clearing session. And I want you to know that, how you handle money, it affects your finances, your relationships, and your happiness. And when I'm able to do this with someone, we're able to clear those beliefs forever. So your whole life shifts. So let me tell you what Pam Campbell said. She said, 2 significant things have shifted for me since my money personality session with Katana: my relationship with money and my relationship with my mother. In our session, Katana identified my security money personality, and Katana skillfully led me through to an early childhood experience with my mother, which was the root cause of my belief in scarcity. She helped me identify where this experience resided in my body, and I was able to release it. I now have a newfound sense of security, regardless of external circumstances. I have begun to spend money differently, choosing things that really feed my soul. It's just so wonderful. And I remember her saying that when she, after our session, she saw her mother at the nursing home and her mom assisted living, and she had a totally different energy about her and told her that, I know I've never told you this, but I really love you. It blew her mind. That's why she wrote this to me. So you see, our beliefs around money, again, they affect everything in our life. And each of these beliefs, they were formed when we were very young, from things that we observed, things we were told, things we experienced. And so often the beliefs are totally false. So things like, we hear money doesn't grow on trees, right? But those beliefs that were false, they form our core beliefs, then we carry them through life. So these beliefs, there's they turn into these money personalities. They form them. And so there's five. There's love, recognition, status, security, and value. Do any of these resonate with you? Which one do you think you are? Well, this is what I found when my husband and I sat down to compare ours. My husband, like Pam, was a security personality. And so the belief of a security personality is something like, I never know when what I have, money, relationships may be taken from me. I was a recognition personality, and the core belief that I had was that I had to prove I'm right, that I felt like I was alone. I basically had to prove, but I felt alone. So both of those beliefs came from very specific circumstances. And my husband witnessed his parents having a conversation about having to pay for something, that there was an accident and they didn't know how they were going to come up with money. And it just blew his world, because all his life he felt safe and secure and loved, and he had no idea that money was tight. And so from then on, he just had this belief that he never knew when he was going to lose what he had, to see how that happens. My situation, my dad died when I was 6. My mom ended up marrying another man, my stepfather. He was a monster. And then there was 10 years of abuse and fear. And I felt terribly alone, and that no one was there for me. So we were two totally different people coming together with totally different beliefs. And it meant just big trouble for us in a relationship. But the good news is that Mark and I realized, when we understood the idea of a money personality of recognition and security, that we were perfect for each other. So you see, the recognition personality is a dreamer. They take huge risks, and they can make a ton of money, but they can also get into trouble if they're not kept in check. The security personality, they worry so much about money that they hoard it, they overthink, they live under their means, and they say things like, we can't afford it, even when they can. So knowing these things, we were able to relax and share our feelings with each other and come together knowing that I can share the idea, he'll look at it and share his idea, and then, we'll come up with a great, great decision. The biggest gift, though, was for our daughters, because they were able to see their parents working in a loving way. And then Mark changed from we can't afford it to we're choosing to spend our money differently. So see, we are modeling for our daughters. So I'm telling you this because I want you to think about your own situation. So marriage and relationships are not always easy, but if you can understand your relationship with money, it can make a significant difference in your happiness, your finances, and even your health. So if you are interested in learning about your money personality, talking about retirement, your retirement reinvention, any of that, okay, feel free to come schedule time to talk with me at talkwithkatana.com. That's my electronic calendar. It's talkwithkatana.com. And we'll have a chat. So until next time, go out and live with more purpose, passion, and prosperity.